Arsenal are quietly building something special, and the rest of the world is finally waking up. If you have been following Arsenal this season, you already know the feeling. That slow burning excitement. That sense that something big is coming. The table does not lie. The performances have been there. And now, even outside of England, people are starting to pay attention to what Mikel Arteta and his squad are putting together at the Emirates. This week gave us 3 big stories out of Arsenal, and each one of them matters. We are talking about a world-class goalkeeper who is not getting the flowers he deserves back home. We are talking about a Real Madrid attacking star who could be heading to North London. And we are talking about a potential major change at right back that could reshape the way Arsenal defend next season. Let us break it all down properly, Bella Gooner TV style. Get comfortable. This is going to be a good one. David Raya. And the question Spain cannot keep avoiding. Let us start with the goalkeeper situation because honestly, it is one of the most interesting conversations in world football right now. David Raya has been nothing short of outstanding for Arsenal this season. Week in, week out, he makes saves that other goalkeepers simply do not make. His distribution is clean. His command of the box is excellent. His positioning saves Arsenal again and again without the moment even making the highlights because he is already in the right place before the danger even arrives. That is how good he is. So you would think that back in Spain, people would be celebrating him. You would think his name would be all over Spanish football discussions. You would think the debate about who should be Spain #1 would be loud, passionate, and exciting, but that has not been the case. And now even Spain manager Luis de la Fuente is saying enough is enough. De la Fuente came out this week and said something that every Arsenal fan has been thinking for a long time. He said that in England, Raya is considered one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And yet back home in Spain, nobody is talking about him. He said he wishes people would ask him more about Raya because the player absolutely deserves that recognition. Think about that for a second. The Spain national team manager is basically saying that his own country is sleeping on one of their best players. That is not a small thing. That is the national coach drawing attention to a problem in how Raya is perceived at home. Now, to be fair to Spain, they are in a situation that most countries would love to be in. They have 4 really strong goalkeepers competing for just one spot. Unai Simon of Athletic Bilbao has been the first choice for years, and he is a quality keeper who helped Spain win Euro 2024. Then you have Joan Garcia at Barcelona, who is having a tremendous season. And you have Alex Ramiro at Real Sociedad, who is solid and experienced. De La Fuente has been very respectful to Unai Simon. He said Simon is indisputable at #1 right now and that his quality and career speak for themselves. He did not try to take anything away from Simon, but he was very clear that the conversation should not stop at Simon and that Raya, Garcia and Ramiro all deserve much more credit than they currently receive. Here is what makes this interesting from an Arsenal perspective. Raya went to the Spain camp this week and was part of the squad that beat Serbia 3-0 in a friendly. Simon started that game and played the full 90 minutes. Raya was on the bench, but with another game coming up against Egypt on Tuesday, De La Fuente could rotate and give Raya or one of the other keepers a chance to show what they can do. Does Raya need Spain recognition to feel validated? Probably not. He is one of the most important players at one of the Premier League title contenders. His club form is speaking for itself, but there is something satisfying about watching even the national coach stand up and say, "Hold on, why are we not talking about this man more?" What do you think, Bella Gooner TV community? Should Raya be pushing Simon for the Spain #1 spot? Or is it too early for that conversation? The Brahim Diaz link and what it could mean for Arsenal. Now, let us move on to the transfer news because this one has been generating a lot of talk. Arsenal have been linked with Real Madrid attacker Brahim Diaz, and from what is being reported, this is not just casual speculation. The Gunners have been tracking Diaz for some time now and have a real interest in bringing him to North London ahead of next season. Real Madrid are reportedly willing to listen to offers when the summer window opens. So who exactly is Brahim Diaz, and why should Arsenal fans be excited about him? Brahim is a Spanish attacking midfielder who came through the Manchester City Academy before moving to Real Madrid back in 2019. He spent 3 seasons on loan at AC Milan, where he had some genuinely brilliant spells and showed that he can perform at the highest level in European football. Since returning to the Bernabeu, he has remained part of the Madrid squad. But the truth is that getting consistent minutes at Real Madrid is incredibly difficult. When you have players like Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe, Rodrigo, and others in your squad, it is almost impossible for everyone to play regularly. Even very good players end up on the fringes. And that has been the story for Diaz in recent times. Not because he is not good enough, but because the competition at Madrid is genuinely extraordinary. He has shown in flashes what he is capable of. His technical ability is excellent. He is comfortable on the ball in tight spaces. He can create chances and he can score goals. He is the kind of player who can make things happen when given the opportunity. For Arsenal, the interest makes a lot of sense. Arteta loves technically gifted players who can play in multiple positions. The ability to press effectively from the front, combine quickly in small spaces, and create in the final third is exactly what Arsenal ask of their attacking players. Diaz fits that profile very well. There is also the element of experience to consider. Playing at Real Madrid, even if your minutes are limited, means you have been training every day around world-class players and being exposed to the demands of competing for La Liga and the Champions League. That kind of environment shapes a player. Diaz knows what it takes to be around a winning team. Of course, there are also questions to consider here. Would Diaz be able to hold down a regular starting spot at Arsenal given the competition there too? Bukayo Saka is one of the best wingers in the world. Leandro Trossard has been excellent. Martin Odegaard runs the midfield. Gabriel Martinelli is a constant threat. The squad is already strong in those areas. But depth is everything when you are competing for the Premier League title and going deep in European competitions. A player like Diaz who can come off the bench and change a game, or who can rotate in when others need rest, is exactly the kind of profile that title-winning teams need. Think about how the best squads in Europe are built. You need quality at every position, not just in your first 11. The reported interest suggests Arsenal are thinking ahead and planning carefully. They are not just trying to win this season. They are building for sustained success. Bringing in a player of Diaz quality and keeping him hungry to prove himself could be a very smart piece of business. Do you think Brahim Diaz is the right kind of player for what Arsenal need? Would you be happy seeing him in a red and white shirt next season? Ben White, Ivan Fresneda, and the quiet rebuild. At right back. This is perhaps the story that has surprised people the most this week, and it is one that deserves a proper conversation in the Gooner TV community. Ben White has been one of Arsenal's most important players over the past few seasons. When he moved from Brighton in the summer of 2021 for around £50 million, there were some people who questioned the fee. But he quickly proved his worth. He adapted his game, moved from centre-back to right-back, and became one of the most intelligent defensive players in the Premier League. His reading of the game, his ability to step into midfield, his comfort on the ball, all of it made him a key part of what Arteta was building. But something has changed this season. White has seen his minutes reduce significantly. He has not been playing as much as we have been used to seeing him play. And now reliable sources are saying that his future at the club is far from certain. The club are reportedly thinking about their options at right back for next season. And a name has come up that is going to excite a lot of Arsenal fans. Ivan Fresneda, 21 years old, Spanish international at under 21 level, currently at Sporting CP in Portugal, and by all accounts absolutely flying. Fresneda is not a new name to people who follow European football closely. He first made waves at Real Valladolid in Spain, where he showed the kind of pace, energy, and attacking quality that made clubs across Europe sit up and take notice. Newcastle United were interested. Juventus were tracking him. Borussia Dortmund were in conversations. But in the end, he chose to go to Sporting CP in Lisbon, and that decision has worked out brilliantly for his development. He has settled in well at Sporting and has become one of the most exciting young right backs in European football. He is described as one of the fastest defenders in the Champions League, which is a serious statement. His ability to get up and down the flank, his crossing, his pressing, and his ability to contribute in the final third make him a modern right back in every sense of the word. And now Arsenal are watching him closely. They are not alone. Manchester City are also admirers, with sporting director Hugo Viana keeping a close eye on Fresneda. Viana actually played a key role in bringing Fresneda to Sporting in the first place, so he knows the player well. Newcastle are also interested, so Arsenal will need to move decisively if they want to win this race. The fact that City are involved makes this a really important one to monitor. City have the resources and the pull to attract players. If Arsenal want Fresneda, they cannot wait too long. But here is what I want the Gooner TV community to think about. What does this mean for Ben White? White has given everything to this club. He has been a professional in every sense of the word, adapted his position, changed his game, and been a crucial part of Arsenal's recent rise. If the club does move him on, there needs to be appreciation for what he has contributed. This is not a player who has failed. This is a player who has succeeded and perhaps now finds himself at a crossroads as the club evolves and plans for the next chapter. Change is sometimes uncomfortable, but if Arsenal are going to keep pushing at the top of the Premier League and in Europe, they need to keep refreshing and improving. Bringing in a 21-year-old like Fresneda, who has his best years ahead of him, could be a big statement of ambition. What do you think about the Ben White situation? Is it time for a change at right back, or would you rather keep faith with White? Putting it all together, what kind of Arsenal are we looking at? When you step back and look at these three stories together, a picture starts to emerge, and it is a very encouraging picture for everyone who supports this football club. You have a goalkeeper in David Raya who is so good that even his national team manager cannot stop talking about how underrated he is. That is the foundation of everything. Solid, reliable, exceptional. You have a club that is planning ahead in the transfer market and thinking about attacking options like Brahim Diaz, a player who has been around winning environments and has the technical quality to thrive in Arteta's system. That shows ambition and careful planning. And you have a club that is willing to make hard decisions at the back, potentially moving one good player out to bring in a younger, faster option in Fresneda, who fits the profile of where modern football is heading. That shows courage and a long-term vision. Arteta has talked many times about wanting to build a squad that can compete consistently at the highest level, not just for one season, but for many years. The decisions being made right now in the transfer planning, in the squad building, in the careful management of positions across the pitch, all of that reflects a club that is serious about staying at the top. This is not a club that is patching things up and hoping for the best. This is a club that knows exactly what it wants to be and is working every single day to get there. One more thing before we go. There is one question that ties all of this together, and it is one I want to put directly to you, the Gooner TV community. If Arsenal can bring in Brahim Diaz, secure Ivan Fresneda, keep David Raya in top form, and manage the squad transitions carefully, do you believe this is the squad that can finally bring the Premier League title back to the Emirates? Because from where I am standing, the pieces are coming together. The belief is there, the quality is there, and the ambition is absolutely there. This is a special time to be a Gooner. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you make of the Raya situation, whether you want Brahim Diaz at Arsenal, and what you think about the Ben White and Fresneda story. This community is built on real conversations about real football, and right now there is plenty to talk about. about. Stay red, stay loud, and as always, come on Arsenal.